An ancient call to battle, and the first protesters march into Mexico City's main square. Tired, wet, shouting out the numbers 1 to 43 to mourn the abduction and likely murder of 43 college students. Hours later, the demonstration erupted in violence, with protesters throwing Molotov cocktails at riot police. Pitched battles and stampedes. Now, the inevitable question: what next? President Enrique Peña Nieto condemned the violence but said the demands were legitimate. Society rightly is tired of feeling violated, he said, is tired of impunity and crime. A recognition of what was hard to ignore. Tens of thousands of Mexicans taking to the streets to demand answers. What really happened to the 43 students who disappeared in late September after a clash with police? And what will the government do to tackle the lawlessness and the corruption that have become endemic in Mexico? For a long time, the country's kept quiet, she says, because it's not just 43, it's thousands and thousands who've disappeared. Supporters hope the protest will help launch a national movement to investigate those cases. The day after the massive protests here in the Zócalo, it's hard to tell anything really happened at all. And talking to people, they seem to be divided about whether or not the massive protest was a historic turning point or whether it'll be back to business as usual. Nothing's changed from my perspective, he says. I think people will get tired of it all before things really change. Now the government has to respond, she says. The 43 aren't the only ones. We all have children. The cathedral bells ring out across the main square, the protests still fresh in people's minds, at least for now. Shasta Darlington, CNN, Mexico City.